Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Let's Play Final Fantasy XI mit Alwyb. Ich bin jetzt hier bereits in Batalha Downs und zwar hier im Süden auf dem Hügel, der den Eingang zur Eldim Nekropolis darstellt, zumindest einen der Eingänge. Und wir haben hier einen Weathered Gravestone. Have you ever been here, Alwyb? This section of the burial ground is dedicated to the poor souls who lost their lives in the war. Father too has been laid to rest here. And Mother, next to him. There seems to be no visitors at the moment. Which reminds me, we came empty-handed. I'm many things, but certainly not an ungrateful daughter. Father was always partial to lilacs. Albert, might I trouble you to fetch some from Juno? There you should be able to find vendors that stock them. In the meantime, I'll stay here and give this place a woman's touch. So, zum Glück habe ich mir schon eine Lilie besorgt. Die kann man in Upper Juno kaufen. Ich muss sie nur noch finden in meinem... Da. Hä? Oder muss ich das ihr geben? Ah, ich muss traden. Ja, nicht Alter. Ah, ja. Okay, da ist sie doch, Lillian. Thank you, Alwyb. This means a lot to me. Let's offer a word of prayer, shall we? Huh? Somebody there? Well, I'll be damned if it ain't his very own flesh and blood. There's no mistaking that fiery red hair and them eyes gleaming with mischief. I've heard much about you, but never had the pleasure of meeting you in person. Might I trouble you for your name, sir? Ah, I've gone and forgotten my manners, haven't I? Beg pardon, miss. I'm Larzos, a retired soldier of the Allied forces. Ist Larzos nicht einer von den bösen Gestalten in der Vergangenheit? Alwyb, was this person sided with Lilith? Ah, sagt sie ja schon. I had the distinct honor of fighting beside your father in the Battle of Sakabat. He saved me from so many a bind. I fair lost count. If it isn't too much trouble, could you tell me of the battle? And of father too? Why, nothing would please this old musketeer more, little missy. In Sakabat, the Allies put in motion Operation Snowstorm, a right audacious strategy drawn up by your father, and laid siege to Castle Sval. Ah yes, the Allies' triumph at Castle Sval effectively heralded the end of the war. Oh, I see you haven't neglected your history lessons. If the siege hadn't succeeded, there would be no striking down of the Shadow Lord. Sir Ragelise played a vital role in our victory, but the price was dear. Not a man in his unit was left standing when the fighting was through. I'm sure you know your father as a good-natured soul, quick with the chest and true to his word. But on the battlefield he fought like a man possessed, with a ferocity that made mice of beastmen. All of us were hard-pressed to believe he was nursing an injury that whole time. Admired by one and all, your father was a true soldier's soldier. It gutted me to hear that the wound claimed him after the war. The operation, did it proceed smoothly? Did anything unusual or unexpected occur during the war? Is there something you recall? I'd love to hear it. Anything at all. Let me see. Now that you mention it, there was this one strange occurrence. It happened just as we were storming the keep proper. Making our way towards the throne's room, where we are cutting through score after score of demons. And there was this blinding flash of light, accompanied by a deafening blast. Shocked into stillness, I gazed up and saw a massive cloud floating overhead. Or a star, rather. I'm afraid the years haven't been kind to this old Galka's memory. Whatever it was enveloped by an eerie light. For a space I thought I was dreaming, and so did those around me. We all stood there unmoving, weapons slack in hand. How much time passed, I can't say, but when we finally snapped out of our trance, the ground we stood on was littered with the lifeless corpses of our foes. Standing near to me was Sir Ragelise, his face deathly pale. I asked him what that was all about, but his jaws were clenched tight. Needless to say, then wasn't the time nor place to be speculating. We just assumed it was some beastman's magic as we went and clashed with the next wave of demons. No one's been able to explain the occurrence to this day, or bother to try, I should say. A star. But that ain't all. Sometime after the war, I ran into Sir Ragelise's by chance. We were reminiscing the past, tankards in hand, when he said something peculiar about that bizarre occurrence. I don't recall it word for word, but he mentioned feeling a quiet pride of spurning an alliance with darkness, even if it meant his death. An alliance with darkness? I titled my head at his words, but being his daughter and all, perhaps you can make some sense of them. That unusual enough for you, little missy? It certainly was. I best be going now, but don't hesitate to call on me if you ever need anything. That's the least I can do to repay the man who saved my life. Thank you, Mr. Lazarus. So, the Lazarus of our reality isn't a minion of Lilith. What was it exactly that transpired at Sakabad? It seems a decision was forced upon Sir Ragelise. Something monumental. Whatever it is, it must be averted. Alwyb, we must hurry and return to the past Sakabad. To Sakabad. So, und damit war es auch schon wieder mit dieser Mission. Wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal. Bis dahin, macht's gut.